This program is rated PG. The following program deals with mature subject matter and contains scenes with sexuality. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, honey, I know you have a big date today, so how about if I pick up dinner on my way home? Hello, is anybody in there?
I'll have mine over easy and no more running yolks like last time.
Do it yourself.
Good morning. No, thank you.
Oh,
Grace
yeah.
just fixed me a big breakfast.
So,
What do you need to talk to me about, TC?
that hit and run accident, the one that put Orville in the hospital. I know you got a very busy schedule and a lot on your plate, but have you heard anything?
I know it's at the top of my list this morning. You know, Luis is off, so I'm a little short-handed. But if you let me use your phone, I'll call the station and see if there's any updates since last night.
Well, you know where it is. Just leave a buck.
TC, I don't understand. Why are you involving Harmony's chief of police in such a minor matter?
Sweetheart, the chief of police happens to be my best friend. And I don't think a hit and run accident that practically killed someone is a minor matter, especially when it happened practically in front of our daughter.
But you don't know if it was a real hit and run. I mean, maybe the other driver in the other car didn't realize that they hit some.
Babe, I think you would know if you hit someone with your car. You just don't leave the scene.
Well, maybe it was an accident, but why is it such a big deal to you?
To me, sweetheart, why are you getting so upset? I mean, what's with you today, huh? I mean, if I didn't know any better, I think you didn't want them to investigate this thing.
I've got the battery recharged. You ready to go back into town, Teresa?
Yeah, I'll just get rid of these roses and we can be on our way.
God, I never thought I'd be happy to leave this place. This is one trip I'm never gonna forget.
Me neither.
I couldn't wait for you to get here.
I'm really sorry about Gwen finding us together, Ethan.
She drove through a raging snowstorm, expecting a romantic getaway with me, and instead...
Gwen?
It's no wonder she didn't believe that you were here because my father sent you to get me to sign some papers.
I really tried to make her understand.
I know that, Teresa, and I appreciate it. But I don't blame her for getting the wrong idea. I mean, I wouldn't have gone for it if I found Gwen wrapped in some guy's arms in a mountain cabin.
And you don't think she'll forgive you?
I don't know. And that's what I'm worried about. Teresa, what do you think you would do if you were Gwen and you walked in on the same situation?
Well, we're a little bit edgy this morning, are we?
Why don't you go back and flirt some more with your personal trainer?
Ooh, he is cute. But he's not my type. You want to try working out, Julian? You might get rid of that spare tire you're developing around your middle.
I'm in perfect shape, Ivy. You'd know that if you ever saw me without my clothes.
Oof. It's a little early in the morning, Julian. In fact, you're never out of bed at this hour. What's up? Tell me, are you having trouble sleeping? What could it be? Let's see. Could it be Sheridan? Are you worried about what she might find in New Mexico, or should I say, whom?
Shut up!
Ooh, touchy, touchy. You ought to try switching to decaf.
Luis, I signed you up for baseball camp. You got a whole week.
That's great, but I thought we couldn't afford it.
Well, who told you that?
Well, Mama said since we got the new house.
No. My son is the best damn baseball player in this town. Huh? No other kid comes close. And now you're gonna get a chance to show him. You're not getting left out. So, don't you worry about the money. I'll get it.
You've been driving all night long, Louis. Why don't you let me take over for a while?
I'm fine. Besides, I think we're almost there.
Louis, I got the turn!
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
If I loved you with all of my heart, if you were my dream come true, the man I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, the man I'd die for, I'd forgive you anything. And I'd never let you go.
Wow.
Then again, I'm not Gwen.
I just hope Gwen feels the same way you do. I mean, I've put her through the ringer lately. I mean, not on purpose, but it's been tough on her.
Because of me?
No, it's not your fault either, Teresa. It's just every time we're together, Gwen seems to catch us in some compromising-looking situation. You know, if I could just talk to her, you know, tell her that there's nothing going on between you and me. Wait, maybe I can get a hold of her before we hit the road.
You are my heart, baby. You're my love from above. You're always on my mind. I love you. You keep me wet, baby. Soak from the sweat of the body. You're dripping honey milk out of me. I love you. You are my heart.
If only this could go on forever. Oh, Gwen's not home?
No, or she's not answering because she knows it's me. You know, I really messed things up last night. I can't make another mistake like that. Maybe I'll call Sheridan. She'll know what to do.
Sheridan, you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little shaky. How about you?
I'm fine. Oh, but the car's not. Oh, no. Great. There's a huge hole in the radiator.
We've got to get to the cabin in the hills. We have to see if that man at the auto body shop really is your father.
Forget it. We gotta get you checked out at the hospital. I'll go flag someone down on the road.
No, I don't need to go to the hospital, Luis. I'm fine, honest. It's not like this is my first car accident.
No, you've got a point. But this one's definitely my fault. Sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I do. I mean, we've been driving all night in a long, empty stretch of road. Deserts on either side, mountains in front of us. It can all get pretty hypnotic. And of course, if you hadn't been so macho and let me share some of the driving.
Oh, that's not it. I should be used to long, boring stretches of highway. I'm a cop. That's what I do for a living.
Not when you've got so much heavy personal stuff on your mind.
Like my father.
You're worried about what it's going to be like when you come face to face with them again. Have you made up your mind yet? Are you going to have him arrested?
And why would I be afraid of the police looking into a possible hit-and-run accident?
Sweetheart, I just meant that I...
All I know from Chad and Whitney. The rest I got from examining the old man in the ER.
Honey, calm down, please, okay? I mean, I wasn't accusing you of anything. I was just teasing.
It didn't sound like it.
Sweetheart, you think I was serious? Huh? Come on, babe. You're like an open book in this family. You never hold back anything from any of us.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Hey, honey.
Is everything okay?
Just fine.
So, how was practice today?
Not good. I lost 2 out of 3 sets.
Oh, that's okay. You'll get them back tomorrow.
Well, nothing new on the hit and run. The victim seems to be holding his own.
You mean Orville?
Yeah, one interesting thing, though. I mean, he hasn't had any calls or visitors since he was admitted to the hospital. He must be a real loner.
When he leads on the car that hit him?
Yeah, I have a man checking out vehicles with front-end damage that may have been seen on the street or brought into an auto body shop. Sooner or later, whoever hit Orville's gonna want that damage fixed.
You know, if Eve wasn't in such of a touchy mood this morning, I might have you look at her car. You know, she took it in and had some work done on it at the body shop. Very suspicious broken front headlight.
That's not funny, TC.
Okay, all right. I get the message.
Dad, it isn't funny. Orville could have died.
He might not be in the state he's in if you hadn't gotten involved, Whitney.
You're not blaming me for the accident, are you, Mom?
Of course I'm not blaming you for the accident, Whitney.
Well, it sounded like it.
I just meant to say that if you and Simone hadn't gotten involved with that boy, Chad, none of this might have happened.
Sweetheart, that's hardly fair.
I never meant for Orville to run out into the street, Mom. And neither did Chad. He just wanted to talk to him. You know, get some answers about where he came from.
Chad's past is Chad's business, not the Russell family's.
Well, unfortunately, it's police business now. I mean, we have to find out what Orville meant when he said Chad will die if he keeps looking into his past.
Do you really think someone tried to kill Orville because of what he knows about Chad?
Well, I'm not ruling anything out at this point.
Well, that's awful. I mean, what would Chad have in his past that would make someone want to commit murder?
Oh, hold on, young lady. You're taking the rantings of a confused old man as gospel? Who's to say that he even knew what he was saying about Chad?
But when I was there...
And that's another reason that I don't want you or Simone involved in this anymore.
But look, when I was there...
Don't argue with me, Whitney. I want you girls to stay away from Chad. He's a troublemaker.
Honey, come on.
No, I mean it, honey. Now look how this is upsetting Whitney. She should be concentrating on tennis and school, and instead she's all wrapped up in the sordid background of some street
That is
thug.
not true, Mom. Other members of this family might be thinking about Chad all the time, but I'm not.
I wonder if there's anybody out there thinking about Orville. I guess not.
Well, I'm not at all surprised.
Well, what makes you say that?
Well, his apartment was pretty cluttered. I didn't get the feeling that he entertained much. It was full of old newspapers and posters and records and all kinds of cool stuff like that. Chad was pretty blown away by it all.
I'm gonna stop by there on my way back to the station. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a lead on whoever hit him.
Hey, you mind if I ride shotgun with you?
Not at all. Eve, I'll see you later. Whitney.
Goodbye.
Why did you have to bring up Orville's apartment with your father and Sam Bennett?
There's no answer at Sheridan's. I wonder where she can be at this hour.
Do you really think she can help you patch things up with Gwen?
Well, Sheridan and Gwen are pretty tight. She might have an idea to help me convince Gwen that finding you and me together doesn't mean anything. You know, I just wish I could do that night all over again. I'd tell her that you were here right from the start.
She would be so upset.
Well, not as upset as she was when she found us together. I mean, she walked down on me because she thought I was lying. Like I was covering up for something I felt guilty about.
Well, maybe we better go. I've got to get home before Luis gets curious about where I am. If he ever found out that I spent the night with you alone in a cabin, even if it was totally innocent, all hell would break loose in my house.
Oh, why don't you call your mother from here and see what's going on?
Hello.
Mama, it's me.
Gracias a Dios, Teresa. I was hoping it was going to be either you or Luis. My children are giving me gray hair today.
Don't worry about me, Mama. I'm fine. What's going on with Luis?
Well, I got a message from him. He's in Santa Fe, trying to track down your father.
Oh, Mama, what's he gonna do if he finds him?
I don't know, Teresa. I just pray that it turns out all right. But at least he's not alone. Sheridan is with him.
Sheridan's with Luis? They can't stand each other.
I don't understand it myself.
Well, don't worry about me, Mama. I'm fine. Ethan and I are leaving the cabin right now, so we'll be home soon.
What? But Gwen was on the way up there, wasn't she?
I'll explain everything when I get home, Mama. Bye.
What's this about Sheridan and Luis?
Oh, they're in New Mexico together, looking for my father.
Oh, that explains where Sheridan is. But what are they doing together?
Beats me. Those two can barely be in the same room for 5 minutes without wanting to kill each other.
I'm in no mood to play Let's Provoke Julian this morning.
Pity. It's my favorite game.
Oh, I'm well aware of that. But you're on the wrong track anyway. I'm not the least concerned about what Sheridan might find out in New Mexico.
Could have fooled me.
If I'm concerned about my sister's whereabouts at all, it's because she's with that deputy dog, Lopez Fitzgerald. The man hates our family. God knows what she's doing there with him.
Use your imagination, Julian, that is if you have any.
I called all the decent hotels down there. Of course, they weren't in any of them. No, they registered in some wretched flea bag. Dialed Sheridan's room, no answer. It's not even daybreak out there yet. What is she up to?
Oh, I'll tell you what she's up to, Julian. Don't you know? She's trying to decide if you're telling the truth or you're lying. Is her childhood nightmare real? Did she kill Martin Fitzgerald? Or is he alive and well and living in New Mexico? You still haven't told me who you were talking to on the phone last night.
I warned you to stop snooping into things that are none of your business. You are going to regret this.
I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I see my father. I keep playing it through my mind over and over. But I just don't know. And part of me wants to flatten him before he gets one lying word out of his mouth. You know, I want to make him pay for running away from Mama and the rest of us.
And what about the other part of you?
I want to look at him. I mean, really look at him. Look into his eyes, into his soul. I want to try and understand what the hell happened. I mean, he's my father. But mostly, I want to make him pay for all the hurt he caused us.
What if the man in the cabin isn't even your father? What if it's someone just using his name and social security number?
If that's the case, I don't even want to think about it.
Well, I want it to be him too, Luis, more than you know.
Now, I sort of buy why you want to find my father. I mean, because you care about my mother so much. But I keep getting this feeling that there's something else in it for you. Now, what does finding Martin Fitzgerald really mean to you?
What's the big deal about my telling Dad and Chief Bennett about Orville's apartment?
I didn't mean to snap at you, Whitney. I'm just concerned about your involvement with Chad. I mean, if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't even have been at the old man's apartment, and your dad and Sam Bennett wouldn't be running over there right now.
What are you talking about? Orville was in an accident. It's a police investigation.
Yes, one that you shouldn't be involved in at all.
I was just trying to help. Isn't that what you taught us to do?
You're missing the point, Whitney.
I don't think so. You're upset because you have really got it in for Chad. Now, I'm not crazy about him either. But I thought we were supposed to give people the benefit of the doubt until we knew for sure what they were like.
I know everything I need to know about Chad Harris. He is one of those angry young men who came up on the streets, who take what they want whenever they want it. And who knows what he's really doing in Orville's apartment? Now, what if he stole something while you were there with him? You'd be guilty by association.
What is with you? I've never seen you like this, Mom.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to suggest that you or Simone would do anything wrong. I'm just very proud of you both, and I guess it makes me a little overprotective.
Well, give us some credit, okay?
You're right, I should. Besides, Chad won't be in Harmony forever. Before long, he'll just be an unpleasant memory.
Make love to you, Teresa.
I know what you're thinking, Teresa.
You couldn't.
You're thinking, how did I get myself involved in Ethan Crane's screwed up love life?
No.
But you don't have to spare my feelings. I just want you to know that I'm sorry that I got you mixed up in all this.
It's all right, Ethan.
No, it's not. I mean, you're a nice girl. I'm sure it's pretty awkward finding yourself playing the role of the other woman, even if our affair only exists in Gwen's imagination.
I don't mind. Honest, I've had worse things happen to me. Much worse.
It's like I told you 1,000 times before, Luis. I just want to find out the truth about your father for your mother's sake. I mean, you know, your mother means more to me than you realize.
I know you're fond of her.
It's way more than that. Without your mother, I don't even know where I would be today.
It's a little dramatic, isn't it?
No, not at all. I know you think that just because I was born a Crane that my life has been a piece of cake, but it hasn't. There have been problems.
I believe you. Look, I was there when you had your nightmare last night. And you said you had him ever since you were a little girl.
Yes, and your mother is the one that got me through them.
But why won't you tell me what they're about?
It doesn't matter. What matters is finding your father. I mean, that would make me happy. To be able to do that for your mother. Come on, let's go get some coffee.
Oh, what can I get for you early birds?
A coffee for me, please. Black.
Like that, too. Ooh, a couple of those donuts, too.
Sure thing. You're not dressed for hiking.
Yeah, well, we're not on foot by choice. Had a little car trouble a ways back.
We're looking for a fishing cabin up in the hills. Maybe you know the owner.
Oh, try me. I know most everyone around here.
His name's Martin Fitzgerald.
Sure, I know the guy. Doesn't come up much, but he came through here late last night. You're not gonna hike up there, are you?
That's the plan.
Why, is it far?
Oh, it's not that. It's just that you gotta be real careful this time of year. They're calling for rain. If it's heavy, you can get some real treacherous flash flooding.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay.
Look, I got a better idea. You stay here, call the auto shop, have them pick you up when they come for the car. I'm going on by myself.
No way, Luis. But I didn't come this far to turn back now. I'm gonna be there when you come face to face with your father. Please let it turn out to be Martin Fitzgerald. If he is alive, then I'm free.
You know, Sam, Orville maybe loses his marbles, but he has one heck of a collection of records here. Man, I haven't heard some of these people in years.
Yeah, he's got quite a selection of old newspapers, too. Funny thing, though. Looks like total chaos, but they're all organized very perfectly. From oldest to most recent.
Same thing here with his LPs. He's got them listed by the dates of the release, the artist. There's definitely some method to this man's madness.
He's got no address book. Not even a slip of paper with anyone's name or phone number on it.
Hey, what's this?
Yet he keeps a phone. I wonder why.
Look at these. All made out to Orville.
There are no stamps. Either someone stashed these in the mailbox or someone hand-delivered these. And he didn't even open any of these.
except for this one.
Mama, Whitney, I'm so glad you're here.
How are you? What happened?
Yes. I'd like to know the whole story myself, Teresita.
Story is, I just spent the most wonderful night of my entire life.
Really? Now, how is this possible when I know Gwen was on the way to the cabin? Didn't she get there?
Well, she made it there all right. She just didn't stay very long.
Why on earth not?
It might have had something to do with her finding Ethan and me sleeping in front of a fire.
Ay, Dios mío.
Oh, she must have gone ballistic.
Well, she wasn't thrilled, but Ethan talked to her, but she just stormed on out and never came back.
And you spent the rest of the night there alone with Ethan? Tell me you're still a good girl, Teresa.
Oh, Mama, of course I am. It's not like that. The heat and the electricity went out, and we had to stay warm by sleeping by the fire. And he spent most of the night trying to get the car started. Nothing happened.
Oh, thank goodness for that. But I'm still not happy with you. Ay, Teresa, you're playing with fire.
Your mother's right, Teresa. No matter what happened last night, you know Ethan still loves Gwen.
He may think he does.
I knew it. He still wants to marry her.
But it's not gonna happen. Ethan doesn't know it yet, but Gwen's just the first act in his life. I am acts 2 and 3 to the end.
I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say to her.
Neither do I.
Well, it's not like I don't feel sorry for Gwen. I know better than anyone else what it feels like to think you're going to lose Ethan, but she's wealthy and attractive. She'll find someone else before she realizes what hit her.
That's where you're wrong, Teresa, because I know something about Gwen Hotchkiss that you do not. It is why Gwen will win out in the end.
You don't scare me in the least.
Then I've overestimated your intelligence after all these years.
Just tell me who you were talking to last night on the phone. Was it Martin Fitzgerald? Or someone you and your father are paying to impersonate him?
I'm warning you, Ivy. Stay out of this.
The hell I will. I want to know what happened to Pilar's husband.
I have no idea, and I can care less. And I'm here to tell you that Sheridan's wild goose chase out in New Mexico is not going to turn up Martin Fitzgerald. She's making a huge mistake. Just as you are.
Ethan, I didn't expect you home so soon.
I can tell I walked in on something. What's going on?
Well, your father and I were just having a silly little tiff. It's nothing important. I'd much rather hear about you and Gwen.
Yes, do tell.
I know why you're home early, because you finally proposed to Gwen and you couldn't wait to get home and break the news to your family.
Not exactly. I haven't proposed to Gwen. And thanks to Father, I'm not sure I'll ever get the chance.
What's he talking about, Julian?
How should I know?
Father sent Teresa up to the cabin to get me to sign some business papers.
Yes, I heard about that.
Unfortunately, Teresa got snowed in. And when Gwen showed up, she found us there together. She was very upset.
Why would Gwen be jealous
The
of
heat
Teresa?
went out. We were sleeping in front of the fire.
Only sleeping?
Yes, only sleeping. Gwen was so upset, she wouldn't let me explain.
Oh, son, there's some situations in a man's life when it's best to say nothing.
But nothing is going on. And now, 2 innocent women are suffering because you can't get it through your thick head that Teresa and I are not having an affair. I just hope I can find Gwen and get her to listen to reason. And here are your important business papers, all signed.
It's like I've never seen the stars before.
Yeah. I'd always heard that this part of the country was amazing, but I had no idea.
It is so peaceful.
No wonder my father dreamed of coming here. Mama said that he always told her that she'd love it. Desert flowers, wide open spaces, blue sky that goes on forever. And you could retire here. No one would tell you what to do. You could live your own life.
You're a little young to be thinking about retiring.
Well, you wouldn't say that if you ever worked a steady job.
Here we go again.
No, I'm not picking on you this time, I swear. It's just I can't imagine what it would be like not to have to work for a living. Having someone tell you what to do. Having to suck it up for a paycheck. I mean, You live your life like you're already retired.
I guess.
Yeah, it's funny, but I like my way better.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me that if somebody handed you $1 billion, you'd just turn it down.
Hey, I may be proud, but I'm not crazy. I'm just saying that, I mean, it means something to work for a living. If you work for it, it means more. See that rain cloud over there? We better get moving.
If I were you, I'd wait. You'd be running into a big storm up there.
Well, can't wait another day for this.
We're not afraid of a little rain.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Gwen is a very nice girl, but even nice girls can turn into tigers when their love is threatened. She's not going to let you take Ethan away from her.
Mama, I am not afraid of Gwen Hotchkiss.
But maybe you should be. She's tougher than you think. I've got to get ready for work. If your brother Luis calls, tell him to call me at the Cranes and let me know what's going on.
I will. What do you think he'll do if he finds Papa?
I don't know, Teresa. It's the only thing I've thought about all night.
Try not to worry, Mama.
I will have one less thing to worry about if you come home straight from school. Promise me that. Please, I don't want you running into Ethan or Gwen today.
I promise. And relax. Everything's gonna turn out okay.
I pray that you're right.
Did you hear what your mother said? Gwen is not going to give up on Ethan.
Mama doesn't know everything. And if Gwen hasn't broken up with Ethan, why isn't she answering any of his phone calls?
Oh, because she's off licking her wounds, maybe? But once she regroups, she's going to come out fighting. You better be ready.
You couldn't have waited a few days to get your stupid business papers signed. No, now thanks to you, my son's future could be ruined.
Get a hold of yourself, Ivy. I would never do anything to threaten our son's future.
And why should I believe you, when you would think nothing of destroying your own sisters?
For the last time, I will not discuss this with you.
Well, that's not gonna make it go away, Julian. It's too late for that. Sheridan is already in New Mexico trying to find out the truth for herself.
Very foolish move on her part.
Yeah, I know why you think it's foolish, because you and Alistair have paid somebody to act as a decoy for Martin Fitzgerald. Is the real Martin dead? Is that what you're trying to cover up, Julian?
Oh, shut up! Just shut up!
I pray to God I'm wrong. Because your poor sister actually believes that she killed Martin Fitzgerald when she was just a little girl.
Think what you like, I don't give a damn.
You really don't, do you? You'd be just as happy if Sheridan were haunted for the rest of her life by the death of Martin Fitzgerald.
Guy at the diner was right. This riverbed was dry half an hour ago. Look how fast the water's rising. Maybe we ought to turn back.
No, look, is that a cabin?
It's hard to tell, but I think so.
Maybe it's Martin Fitzgerald's.
We're gonna have to cross this to get there. Think you can make it?
Yeah, it doesn't look very wide, and how deep can it be?
I don't know. That current's strong. I'm gonna go up ahead, see if I can find a place that's more shallow. You wait here till I get back. Tell you when it's okay to come ahead. I still don't know why you're putting yourself through this. What the hell is wrong with you? Did you listen?
No! And don't tell me to go back because I won't!
Come on. Don't let go, no matter what. It's gonna get rough.
Whoa, Mr. Orville.
Mr. Orville didn't strike me as the type of person to leave a crisp C-note lying around.
Maybe the guy's so spaced out he forgot he had it.
Kind of makes me wonder what's in the rest of these.
You know what, Sam? There's something very familiar about these envelopes. I don't know what it is right now, but something very familiar.
As usual, you're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Then you won't mind if I talk to Alistair about it. I'm sure he'd love to know that his son has made a mess out of 2 major family concerns. And then we'll just see if he thinks it's a molehill or a mountain.
You will not speak to my father.
Oh, I love to see you on the ropes, Julian.
Damn it, it's a machine. Gwen, where are you? How far are you gonna take this?
I wouldn't blame Gwen for fighting to get Ethan back. I just don't think she's the type.
Your mother says she's tougher than she seems.
Mama's only saying that to scare me. But if it were me and I were facing losing Ethan, I would fight to the death to keep him. But Gwen wouldn't. She's too much of a lady, too soft. Oh my gosh. Could that be Ethan? Maybe he already realized it's me he should be with.
Gwen.
We need to talk, Teresa.